showed you a sneak peek of the interview you had with Beau Ryan. Here it is in its entirety. As we mentioned, it's very heart-to-heart and straight to the point.
Man of the moment, Beau Ryan. Now, Bowie, on Show 7 this year, you said this. Beau, what's the big announcement?
Mate, I've just re-signed with the Tigers for 3 more years, so...
So for all intents and purposes, for the average punter like myself, that's great news for the Tigers. Beau's re-signed for 3 years. We learned earlier this week you've actually done a deal for 3 years at Cronulla. So the contract, you said you re-signed, obviously you hadn't, but the contract you were supposed to sign, was that ever put in front of you?
No, well, Fatty, what I did is I agreed to a contract last year, and I said it last year on the Footy Show, a 3-year deal, which was never put in front of me, and I did it twice again this year, and never received any formal documentation. And you know, the way footy is now, you need assurance and in the form of a contract, and I've never signed anything. And obviously we had, you know, cap problems or whatever at the Tigers, but I just was either not made a priority and just never got the opportunity to sign anything, and was never made formal. And my management team did their best and I did my best. But
did Cronulla approach you, or did your management seek out,
you know,
when they thought they weren't getting a deal at the Tigers?
To be honest, I think Wayne sent out a feeler to them, and I'm not sure what happened, but, you know, I met with Flanagan and Darren Mooney, and, mate, it was done pretty much straight away. I didn't sign anything until, obviously, I had a last chat to the Tigers and things like that, but they made me feel, you know, like a priority and things like that.
You said you had your last chat with the Tigers. In that last chat, through your management, what did they say? Did they say, they must have said, well, Beau, you're better off going elsewhere? Nah,
the Tigers have been, you know, the thing about the Tigers, you know, they gave me a shot and things like that, so I said I'd never bag them and things like that, and I won't. And I love Steve Humphries and Tim Sheens and the players and the fans. I love everyone at the Tigers. But I think it was just a breakdown in communication with the people at the top. You know, they thought it was a done deal, but, mate, like I said, unless you put pen to paper, you know, nothing's secure. And I'm at a stage in my life where I needed to be reassured. And it wasn't a money thing. It wasn't anything like that. It wasn't what people are saying on radio and, you know, chasing money or being with his family. I am going to be close to my family, you know, in Cronulla and in Wollongong, but, you know, I wanted to stay at the Tigers, and then I think on Monday they said, OK, we have the deal for you, but by then I just felt like, you know, it wasn't a priority, and other people had signed. And
can I say, it is incredible. You've had 5 or 6 years there, 104 first-grade games, and I'm not the only one, but everyone is saying you've played this year your best football you've ever played in your career. It's unbelievable that you're not going to be playing for the Tigers again next year.
Yeah, look, mate, I can't believe it. I'm shattered. The last 2 days have been the worst 2 days of my life, I'm not going to lie. When I had to go and tell the boys yesterday with Chris, and people think I'm following Chris and things like that. He's a big part of the reason why I'm there, but I'm a loyal guy and he's one of my best mates, and we shook on a deal over 12 months ago that never come about. And, you know, I can be proud to say that I'll look him in the eyes and be with him, because basically at the end of the day we weren't provided, you know, formal documents that we were promised. And you know what footy's like. You've got best mates. You'll play golf with them today that you played with 20 years ago. And that's the hardest thing I had to do. I had to tell Benji.
How'd that go? Because you and him are like this.
Mate, when we told Benji on, I think it was Tuesday, that was the hardest thing I've ever done, besides signing the actual Cronulla contract. Benji was distraught, and obviously Robbie and Timmy Moulton and everyone, you know, were a tight side at the Tigers. The coach was, you know, he's got a lot going on as well. And just to tell them, you can't explain it, because I spend more time with those guys than I do with my family and partner and friends. And like I said, mate, the last two or 3 days has just been absolute torture, and I wouldn't, you know, want to wish it upon my worst enemy. And to have it in the back of my mind to feel like that again by staying at the Tigers, and they could come up with a contract at the start of the week, but I couldn't be guaranteed that, you know, they'd do this again to me next year. So
Benji must have gone close to...
Oh, mate.
And yourself, you're getting emotional now about it. You must have gone close to shedding a tear.
Oh, mate, there's been plenty of tears shed, don't worry about that. So that's probably why I'm not getting upset now, because I've probably got none in the tank. But Benji was upset. You know, everyone's upset at the club. You know, the hierarchy are upset. I feel for Steve Humphries, because he's doing his best at the club. But there's just a breakdown at the top there, and everyone's not on the same page. But, you know, it's been my only club in my life for the last 6 years, and my family are distraught. They didn't want me to leave, but in saying that, I've got some great friends at Cronulla, and I saw the honesty in Flanagan's eyes when I met him, and I can't go back on my word with what I give to Cronulla, and I can't wait to play there.
All right, Tigers fans who have been loyal to you and loved what you've done for them.
Yeah.
Any last words you'd like to say to them?
Mate, I love the Tigers fans. I love, like I said, everyone in the Tigers area. I've got some great friends that I'll have for life, and whether they come and support me at Cronulla is up to them, but they'll always be mates of mine. The fans have been huge there. We've had a roller coaster year, as you know, and Benji and I had to play every game, and Aaron Woods, and we've been through it all, and it's the same fans at every game, and it's really meaningful. And you know, maybe one day I might go back when I'm 35 and play for the Tigers, maybe like Lottie, so join him on the wings. He'll probably still be playing, but like I said, I've spoken to people like Benny Elias and people in the last few days, and I've got the utmost respect for the club, and I'm going to miss them so much. But in saying that, you know, I can't wait to play at Cronulla.
But on the other hand, you're 27, you've got plenty of footy left in you, and Cronulla fans, they must be salivating. You're getting a good player, but you know, someone who's in the public eye, you know, is a legend. A very funny guy, and you've taken the footy show by storm, so you've got a lot to offer them, no doubt.
Yeah, look, like I said, mate, I've got a lot of close friends there, Johnny Morris and Bryce Gibbs, although Bryce Gibbs is a complete lunatic.
Yeah.
What he brings to a side, you can't replace him. We lost him last year, and we lost Gibbs and Fafita in front rows, but we lost two people who were important, you know, parts of the fabric of the side. And, you know, although he does, you know, silly things, he's an idiot, you can't replace that. And I think that's the whole Chris and I will leave at the Tigers, and I'm sure they'll bounce out of it because they're a champion club and things like that. But like I said, I can't wait to play at Shark Park and obviously meet all the great fans. And
the other last thing, the other big news is you've had a meeting the other day. You met David Gingell for the first time.
Yeah.
You're obviously about to sign a multi-million-dollar deal at Channel 9. Will there be anything left for the fat?
No, well, I had to pinch Gingell on the face to make sure he was real, because I'd always heard about him but never seen him.
First time you'd met him?
First time. He's a great guy, and obviously Glenn Pallister and, you know, James Rochford, who I owe a lot to, who's produced me since I started.
Who?
James, he's a guy in the background, but he does a lot of work.
Show, doesn't he?
I owe a lot to him, and I do owe a lot to Channel 9, because Channel 9 have, you know, I think improved my football game, because they've given me a chance to express myself on and off the field, and I do owe a lot to them as well. So I'm sure my management will come to an agreement in a few days, but yeah, you're taking up most of the pie there, so I'll just have to take the crumbs.
I'll give you one tip. No, I'm not. Gings, call me. Bowie, mate, well done. Great career at the Tigers, and the best is yet to come, and then get the Sharks.
Yeah, thanks, mate.